Mike Powell was born on November 10, 1963, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States. Growing up in the city, Powell developed a passion for sports early on, engaging in various athletic activities as a young boy. Like many children, he initially enjoyed playing several sports, including basketball and football. However, it was track and field that eventually captured his interest and allowed him to showcase his extraordinary athleticism. Powell attended Central High School in Philadelphia, where his potential as a sprinter and jumper began to emerge. Powell's talent for track and field became increasingly apparent during his high school years. In particular, his natural ability in the long jump stood out. Encouraged by his coach and fueled by his own drive to succeed, Powell focused his efforts on developing his skills in the event. As a high school athlete, Powell showed considerable promise, and by the time he graduated, he had already established himself as one of the best young long jumpers in the country. His performances earned him a scholarship to the University of California, Los Angeles, UCLA, where he would continue his training and take the next step in his athletic career. Collegiate career and early international success. At UCLA, Powell's talent in the long jump continued to develop under the guidance of world-class coaches. During his time at the university, he became a star athlete, breaking several school records and winning multiple titles. His collegiate performances quickly garnered attention from the broader athletics community. Powell's combination of speed, strength, and leaping ability made him a dominant force in the long jump event. His success at the NCAA championships set the stage for his entry into the international scene. In the mid-1980s, Powell began competing internationally, gaining valuable experience at various events. He earned a reputation for his consistent performances, and it wasn't long before he was contending with the best long jumpers in the world. One of the early highlights of his career came in 1985, when he won the USA Outdoor Track and Field Championships. This victory, along with his solid performances in international meets, firmly established Powell as one of the premier athletes in the long jump. Career peak and world record performance. Mike Powell's career reached its peak in the early 1990s, particularly in 1991, when he became a global sensation. In that year, Powell achieved one of the most iconic feats in track and field history: the long jump world record. On August 30, 1991, at the World Championships in Tokyo, Japan, Powell made history with an astonishing leap of 8.95 meters, 29 feet, 412 inches. This jump not only shattered the previous world record held by Bob Beamon, but it also set a new standard in the sport of long jump. Powell's world record in Tokyo was a defining moment in his career, as it broke a record that had stood for nearly 23 years. Beamon's legendary jump of 890 meters had been the pinnacle of the long jump for more than 2 decades, and many believed that it would never be surpassed. Powell's breakthrough leap sent shockwaves through the athletics world and cemented his place as one of the greatest long jumpers of all time. The 1991 World Championships were also significant in that Powell won the gold medal in the long jump, further solidifying his status as the world's best. His world record jump was the highlight of a dominant season that saw him consistently outjump his competitors, demonstrating his exceptional form and consistency. This achievement elevated Powell to a level of recognition that went beyond the track and field community. He became an international icon, not just for his world record, but also for the sheer magnitude of his accomplishment. Main achievements and rivalries. Following his world record-breaking performance, Powell continued to dominate the world of track and field, consistently ranking among the top long jumpers in the world. His achievements over the next few years were nothing short of remarkable. Powell won gold medals at the 1992 Barcelona Olympics and the 1993 World Championships, reinforcing his status as the premier long jumper of his generation. In addition to his individual accomplishments, Powell's career was marked by intense rivalries with some of the best athletes of his time. One of the most notable rivalries was with Carl Lewis, a fellow American long jumper and one of the most successful Olympians of all time. Lewis, who had been the dominant force in the long jump for much of the 1980s, found himself in direct competition with Powell in the 1990s. The rivalry between Powell and Lewis was intense, as both athletes sought to push each other to greater heights. At the 1992 Barcelona Olympics, Powell and Lewis went head-to-head in the long jump final, with Powell ultimately finishing in second place behind Lewis. Although Powell was disappointed not to win the gold, his performance demonstrated his consistency and ability to compete against the best. The rivalry between the two athletes continued throughout the 1990s, with Powell continuing to dominate on the world stage while Lewis remained a formidable competitor. Powell's achievements throughout his career included: world record in long jump, 1991. Powell set a new world record with a jump of 8.95 meters at the World Championships in Tokyo, a record that still stands today. 1992, Barcelona Olympics. Powell won the silver medal in the long jump, behind his rival Carl Lewis, in one of the most competitive Olympic finals in history. 1993 World Championships. Powell won the gold medal in the long jump, further solidifying his position as the best in the world. USA Outdoor Championships. Powell won numerous titles at the national level, including several USA Outdoor Track and Field Championships. Consistent international success. Powell remained a fixture on the podium at major international events, including the World Championships and the Olympic Games. Later years and legacy. In the later years of his career, Powell faced increasing competition from younger athletes, and injuries began to take their toll on his performances. Despite these challenges, Powell remained a competitive force on the world stage. Although he was unable to break his own world record again, he continued to perform at a high level and remained one of the best long jumpers in the world. Powell's last major international competition came at the 2000 Sydney Olympics, where he finished in 5th place, a reflection of both his enduring skill and the difficulty of competing at the highest level as he entered the latter stages of his career. Following the Olympics, Powell gradually transitioned out of the competitive arena, though he remained involved in the sport through coaching and mentoring younger athletes. Even after his retirement, Powell's legacy in track and field remains unparalleled. His world record, which has stood for more than 3 decades, continues to be one of the most impressive and long-lasting achievements in the sport. Powell is widely regarded as one of the greatest long jumpers of all time, and his breakthrough performance in 1991 continues to be a benchmark for future generations of athletes. In recognition of his contributions to the sport, Powell was inducted into the United States Track and Field Hall of Fame in 2006, and his achievements continue to inspire long jumpers around the world. Final years and reflection. In the years following his retirement from competitive athletics, Mike Powell has remained an influential figure in the sport. He has worked as a coach, consultant, and mentor, helping to develop the next generation of track and field stars. Powell's influence extends beyond his athletic achievements. He is also known for his professionalism, his dedication to the sport, and his positive impact on those around him. Powell's enduring legacy is one of excellence, perseverance, and achievement. He is remembered not only for his world record but also for his ability to consistently perform at the highest level in one of the most physically demanding events in athletics. As of today, Powell's world record in the long jump still stands as a testament to his incredible talent and his place in the history of track and field. Mike Powell's career is an enduring example of what is possible when raw talent, hard work, and determination come together. His impact on the sport of track and field, particularly the long jump, will be felt for generations to come.